Next on the news, a Brooklyn nonprofit is asking for your help to feed the hungry.
For as little as $5, you can help to feed a person for the whole day at St. John's Bread and Life. I'm Katie Vasquez, and I'll have that story coming up.
Pregnant mothers on Staten Island now have more support thanks to a new medical office that helps them choose life. Plus, "10 years ago, he touched the lives of thousands of New Yorkers. Now we look back at this unforgettable moment with the People's Pope at Madison Square Garden." I'm Christine Persichetti. Currents News starts right now. The nonprofit St. John's Bread and Life is on a mission to fill these trucks to fill the stomachs of the hungry. It's a campaign meant to help them continue to serve those in need in New York City. Currents News' Katie Vasquez has the story from Bedford-Stuyvesant.
Pasta, canned goods, and fresh produce are being loaded onto this truck, with the goal of stocking it floor to ceiling as part of St. John's Bread and Life Fill the Truck campaign.
For every dollar that we raise, we can provide one hot meal, which is outstanding considering the cost of food.
The Brooklyn Emergency Food Program sends the supplies to 26 locations as part of their mobile market. It's much needed as the Bed-Stuy nonprofit has had to do more with less thanks to cuts in government funding.
We are in the ballpark of almost $1 million less revenue of food. That impact kind of takes our breath away sometimes, but we are working very hard to try to make up that shortfall.
Sister Marie described how the generosity of others helps their guests, like one woman who has to feed 4 teenage sons.
She's come in every day, every time she's able to shop. And she makes a point of saying how important Bread and Life has been to be able to provide the food that her sons need.
Continuing their Vincentian mission to serve others with joy.
To bring awareness during this time of fall and harvest of the abundance of food that is needed in our community.
No one should be hungry. No one should go without a home. No one should go without health care. All of those basic necessities that we often take for granted.
They hope to reach their $50,000 goal by the end of the month, but always welcome donations. In Bedford-Stuyvesant, Katie Vasquez, Currents News.
St. John's Bread and Life is more than halfway to their goal. If you want to help them, just go to their website, breadandlife.org, and click on Fill the Truck at the top of the page. To help mothers in need, a new pro-life medical office has opened in the abortion capital of America. The Compass Care office is inside the Pregnancy Care Center of New York, a nonprofit that has been offering women practical support since 1985. The Staten Island Center will offer pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, STD testing, and abortion pill reversal. Mothers can also pick up necessary items like diapers and clothing for their babies. While the office was officially opened on Thursday, the center has been helping patients since May and is already seeing mothers choose life.
There are more abortions in Kings County, Brooklyn, than any other county in America. And so this particular new office on Staten Island is going to help, kind of alleviate some of that pressure.
It was truly from God. It really was, because, you hear all about abortion, so many are being done, and when you know that a mom really cares about saving this baby, and she says she's not going to have an abortion, she wants to mother this baby, it's just a miracle.
This marks the third Compass Care location in New York City. The clinic is hoping to eventually open 2 other locations in Queens and Manhattan as well. The Korean Catholic community in the Diocese of Brooklyn recently welcomed a top Vatican official. 4 Korean parishes throughout Brooklyn and Queens gathered to greet Cardinal Lazarus Yu-Hung-sik, the prefect of the dicastery of the clergy at St. Paul Chang Hasang Church in Flushing last Saturday. His Eminence celebrated Mass with Brooklyn Bishop Robert Brennan and Brooklyn's Bishop Emeritus Nicholas DiMarzio to honor the feast of 4 Korean martyred saints. Also happening in the Diocese of Brooklyn, a group of Catholic women inspiring the next generation.
That's it,
That new tree on the front lawn of St. John's Preparatory High School was part of a joint effort by the Ladies of Charity of the United States, who, in the spirit of St. Vincent de Paul, provide leadership to women while acting together against all forms of poverty, and the Junior Ladies of Charity at the Astoria School. The ladies are taking part in an environmental project to plant trees across the country, but when coordinating with the Junior Ladies at St. John's, they chose to plant this tree in honor of Pope Francis, commemorating the late Holy Father's mission to preserve the earth. Today marks a momentous day in the Francis papacy. It was 10 years ago, on September 25th, that the Holy Father celebrated Mass for thousands at Madison Square Garden. The effect of those prayers, along with the rest of the late Holy Father's stops in the Big Apple, can still be felt today. When Pope Francis arrived at JFK Airport in 2015, he was greeted by student musicians from Xaverian High School. The Diocese of Brooklyn on hand to welcome the Holy Father as he embarked on his Big Apple visit. His first stop, St. Patrick's Cathedral in Manhattan for Vespers with priests and religious. Pope Francis was applauded when he gave thanks to the nuns and religious women in the U.S.
¿Qué sería de la iglesia sin ustedes? Mujeres fuertes, luchadoras, con ese espíritu de coraje que las pone en la primera línea del anuncio del Evangelio.
The following day was a busy one for the Holy Father. He started at the United Nations, becoming the 4th pope to speak before the UN General Assembly, reminding world leaders of the basic human rights everyone deserves.
Vivienda propia, trabajo digno y debidamente remunerado, alimentación adecuada y agua potable, libertad religiosa y más en general, libertad de espíritu y educación.
The Pope then participated in an interreligious gathering at Ground Zero. Although he was in a place of pain and suffering, he recalled the heroism of the first responders on 9/11 while speaking about the better aspects of humanity.
Aquí en medio del dolor lacerante, podemos palpar la capacidad de bondad heroica
the capacity
de
of
la que es
heroic
capaz también el
goodness
ser humano.
that the human being
La
is
fuerza
also
oculta
capable of,
a la
the
que
hidden
siempre
force
debemos
that we
apelar.
must always appeal to.
He received a rock star's welcome from children at Our Lady Queen of Angels School in East Harlem, where he met with immigrants who receive help from Catholic Charities.
Aunque sé que no siempre es fácil tener que trasladarse y encontrar una nueva casa, encontrar nuevos vecinos, amigos. No es fácil, pero hay que empezar.
The last stop in New York for the Pope, Mass at Madison Square Garden. Pope Francis reminded the thousands who took part in the celebration that God is always present amid the chaos of the city and asked them not to overlook the foreigners, the poor, and the elderly.
Y se convierten en parte de un paisaje urbano que lentamente se va naturalizando ante nuestros ojos y especialmente en nuestro corazón.
While he was not shepherd of the Diocese of Brooklyn at the time, Bishop Robert Brennan says being with the Holy Father in Mass at Madison Square Garden was a moment from this pontificate that he will never forget. It's the end of an era at Loyola University. The Chicago College's campus minister and chaplain, Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt, is retiring. You probably recognize the Sister of Charity of the Blessed Virgin Mary from her time on the court, where the 106-year-old has been faithfully cheering on the Ramblers since 1991. The university president says the nun is retiring due to growing health concerns. But while she can no longer physically be on campus, she did leave one final message to her students: let your dreams become a reality. And finally tonight, a New York City choir got to perform for Pope Leo XIV.
Peace comes from God. Peace comes from God.
Beautiful. Those angelic voices you're hearing as the Holy Father greets the crowds in St. Peter's Square come from the 45-member choir of the Church of St. Paul the Apostle on the Upper West Side. They are performing a special piece written for the first American Pope called Love More. It includes words from Pope Leo's first speech and inaugural homily. That is this Currents News Update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us, because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.